this is BurgerTime Party, which is a new take on the classic BurgerTime game. So we've got Solo Burger for yourself. We've got Main Burger, which you can have up to 4 players playing. And then there's Battle Burger, which is where players compete against each other. And then they've also got Challenge Burgers. But you do have to unlock the various areas, just so you know. So we're going to do Main Burger, which is nice. So you can play on the same Joy-Con, which is kind of a really cool feature to have in the game. So you could have, each of you take a Joy-Con and then play with each other. It's kind of really nice. So if you're not familiar with BurgerTime, it's a very classic series that's been in gaming for a very long time. And there honestly haven't been that many iterations over the years. They did like a revamp of it back like a decade ago that I remember. And we got like a BurgerTime spin-off sort of Super Arcade on the Switch that was like a year ago. But other than that, it's not really something that, has been really given a lot of care to over the years, which is a little disappointing because it's actually a simple but really fun type of concept. Oh, I'm on the Super Fire mode. So this one aims to update the concept quite a bit. There's like weird power-ups now. It's still got the same idea where you're going around and you're switching things up in regards to knocking the burgers down, shooting the little pepper, building the patties. The concept hasn't changed. It's just a little bit fancier with the power-ups and the dynamic switches that are engaged here. Oh, I've died. That's not good. Thought I got all the burgers done. Oh, there's one down there. I just missed that patty. But yeah, this is kind of the idea of the game. They just expanded it further with many stages. There's tons of stages in this, whether you're doing single player, this multiplayer area, or the competitive multiplayer. There's quite a lot going on in this. And then there's stars you can reach towards. I don't like that you need to have a star in every level in order to unlock new levels. Some of them could be a little tougher, but it's not too bad of a requirement. I also didn't like that you had to actually reach a certain level in order to unlock other modes in this game, because I wanted to just play co-op right off the bat, because my mother is a big fan of BurgerTime, and she played it back in the days. I think it's like the only game she really played or even remembers playing. So it's like, it's good to get her approval on this kind of thing, and she definitely does approve this one and keeps enjoying playing it. So I was like, okay, cool, that's great. I mean, it's nice that it is something that I can genuinely say feels like the old BurgerTime, if that's something you're interested in. But it's updated, it's got this nice little cartoony style to it that works really well for it. She noted that it's like, it kind of looks like Cuphead, which is something I showed a while back. And I was like, nah, but then I keep playing it, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? It does sort of have like that aesthetic with it in regards to the animation of the creatures and stuff. Not exactly the same, obviously, artistically, but just the sort of look on the animation. It's a similar idea, at least I think so. Not the actual gameplay, it's not a boss battling game. This is BurgerTime, but you get what I mean. So this one is also a little bit more confusing. We're playing some of the more like intensive levels, as you can see. They do a lot of crazier things on this one, and I maybe should have picked some of the simpler ones, because there are more simple levels you can play too. Oh, come on, I sprayed that guy. Get out of here. There we go. Can I keep pulling this? Oh no. I kind of want to push this down, but there are a lot of these creatures. Oh, I died again. It's not good. You only get so many lives. Yeah, this is one of those like straight up hectic levels. And they also switch things up, as you were seeing, I believe on the last level. There were like slippery slides. The floor can get slippery. Sometimes there's grills, and then the grills kind of like burn you alive if you're standing on it. They've just done a lot of neat things with the formula and added quite a number of modes to it, which I think is quite serviceable in regards to making this a unique concept. Oh, come on, there's no way. Do I have to restart the level? That's no fun. I failed. We'll switch over to single player to show off some of those levels too, because these ones are taking a little bit longer, because they are like a bigger expansion on the game. So here's the solo burger. We're gonna jump in here. Read it once. Cool. So they give you kind of a variety of levels. Things seem to run pretty well, in my opinion. Oh, this is the one where it's got like the crumpling staircases, so you actually gotta time your stuff a little bit more. And you can kill the bad food that's after you, which is kind of funny. It's definitely got like a certain charm to it that I think is almost iconic. And they've just really updated it and given it more of like a sleek, batter style, which is kind of cool. Obviously, it's something that's appropriate for all audience types, but I'm just saying it's a little bit more edgy. It's kind of like, yeah, you know what I mean? He's doing the thumbs up and stuff, and it just looks a little bit more. It is modernized. That's really what it is. Oh, and you're not always making burgers, if you didn't know about this. Sometimes you're doing other things. It's just kind of like a really fun, straightforward game that I find rather enjoyable. I have a good time with this one. I really have been having fun on this, and it works very well on the Switch. Hopefully even more platforms get it, because I think this is something that can run well kind of anywhere. It's nice when you're on the go, on the undocked version, or if you're playing, you know, docked on the full screen. It actually looks pretty good visually, I think so. Just the animation style makes it, you know, look pretty good on the actual full screen, which is nice and definitely appreciated. So this one's like ultra breakdown, which is kind of funny. Down you go. And this, again, just an example of some of the more, I guess, easygoing levels. Well, it's solo and it builds up, and then the other one's supposed to be more large-scale environments. And then the battle one, you're battling with one another. And there's like trophies in the game too for like killing so many hot dogs and stuff like that. You know, because you can kill the sentient food that's come alive. Yeah, they even got like a bit of a backstory in this one as to like the situation that's going on, which is kind of funny. Haha, hot dogs, you ain't fast enough for me. But this is also good because I'm showing a variety of levels, just to give you an idea of the gameplay that is present. There are a ton of levels in this, and there's so many unique little things that are thrown into this, like concept-wise, for challenges. You know, something to always kind of keep you wondering, you know, what I'm doing, something to mix it up a little bit. Like, it's intuitive because you understand, you know, your purpose and what your goals are, but it's like, oh, now we got fiery grills we got to deal with, and, you know, now we've got slippery kind of flooring that we fly across really fast, or the stairs break, so we got to be smart about the stairs breaking down. And you got to like layer the patties well and strategically, like there could be a hot dog below and you can squish them and you get more points because there's the star system too. I haven't really had too much of an issue with the star system. I mean, obviously I'm not getting too many at this point, but at the same time I'm not a huge fan of games that do block progression based on what sort of stars you've gathered, and that's just a personal thought on how I like to play games. I just want them to be, you know, accessible, in the sense that you can just play it without being restricted. I guess my pepper shaker wasn't ready yet. That's not good. You get stepped on. Squish! Seeing the formula set up here, like you are supposed to knock it down from the higher points, because then you actually break things. And I don't know if you've been noticing that. Oh, and then there's the bonus things too. It's kind of like in Pac-Man, when there's like an extra special, like, apple you can collect. You can find those on these maps and they give you extra points too. So you gotta kind of be smart about how you're collecting the points in this. Oh wow, I didn't quite get enough stars on that one. It might block my progression, but I'll deal with that later, because we're having a good time. Burger timing it up. Oh, looks like there's a middle bar there. Oh, I just want fast enough. These Joy-Cons sometimes. Dun, 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 dun. It's got some nice music too. I think it's just a really good effort with this series, you know. I'm glad it's back and they're doing something new with it. It kind of is like a little bit of a classic game. It's a little bit more obscure than some of the other ones. You know, like everybody's heard of Pac-Man or Galaga or Dig Dug, or was Dig Dug classic? I don't know. Millipede and Centipede and Root Beer Tapper, but it's like Burger Time. It's kind of like, you know, you might not know exactly what it is, which is a shame because it's actually a fun little easygoing concept that's kind of cool. Oh wow, yeah, those guys are ready to fight. Oh, that's all that one is? You actually gotta kind of be creative if you want to get real points in this one, because you have to get them below you, and you have to step on it and splat them, and you get a lot of points. But yeah, that one's kind of just a quick one. We'll play one more level, just to show off more of the game. But like I said, you're just sitting here just rolling through levels. It's always a little bit different. There's some sort of unique new challenge along the way. And it's just constantly a fresh sort of thing that I'm finding fun. It's fun for co-op too, if you can get somebody to work with or work against, and you can have the 4 players there, which is cool. And it's just more expanded upon Burger Time, which is really nice. I do suggest checking this one out. I really do quite like it.